Demographics is an area of study that you can get a job in. You can work in the census, you can study populations, you can study human populations is the most popular of demographics, but you can study any species with this. Some of my students have liked demographics so much that they've gotten a job or a degree in it. So what it is looking at birth rates, death rates of a population, and you can look at things called cohorts. And cohorts show generation after generation from the babies to the very old. So a growing cohort population is going to be where there's way more young children and babies in the population than there is old. And this shows a growing population. This would be your third world countries, this would be like India, populations that are just extremely rapidly growing. And so India is a good example of this type of cohort. And the way that you can tell that it's fast growing is a J curve. A J curve growth is human population just booming up and zooming up, and you can just take this line and you can show that it is a J growth curve, just a rapid, fast growing population with no carrying capacity shown so far. Until the population starts to die out, there's no carrying capacity. You can look at populations needing more schools, if there is a lot of children, more jobs needed to be taken care of, more health care, situations like that. The opposite goes for a dying or a no growth population or a negative growth population. Places like Sweden and France, a lot of European countries are negatively growing. We're at a zero population growth right now. We are slightly declining in America. Many people are choosing not to have children. But some countries are offering incentives to have children because that's how negatively they're growing. There's a large elderly population, and a lot of people live a longer life too because they have a healthy country. But if it's doing this, that means there's very little children and a lot of elderly to take care of, and that's not good because this population cannot support these populations as they get older, and that's a concern. So they're pushing for people to have children. So that's just some examples of demographics.